Alright, welcome everybody to my Majr Gaming channel, and today we're going to talk about my top 12 characters that I'm most excited for that got leaked for the game Multiversus. I've been playing Multiversus. I think it's a really good game, a really good platform fighter. I played a lot of fighting games, and honestly, this one is really good. They just released the open beta for it, so it's not even officially released yet, and it's already really good. So if you're into fighting games, especially platform fighters, I'd highly suggest checking it out. And today, we're gonna go through some of the leaked characters for the game that have come out, and we're gonna talk about whether I'm excited for them or not. First, we're gonna start out with some honorable mentions. First honorable mention is Joker. I've seen Joker in multiple fighting games. I know he can be done, but I'm just not excited for him because I've seen him in Mortal Kombat 11 and the Injustice games. I know he's iconic and everything, but I'm just not super excited to see him in the game. I think he'll be a good character, and I'm optimistic about that, but I'm not excited. Gandalf, I've never watched Lord of the Rings, so I don't really know what his moveset potential is, but I think it'd be cool to see a magic user in the game, and his design is pretty cool, so I'm excited for it, but not nearly as much as the others. I'm optimistic about it. Same with Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz. If they do her moveset right, she could be really cool. I'm optimistic about it, but I'm not super excited for her character. I think it'd be really cool if we could summon the flying monkeys. If that's a thing, she might be one of my top characters if we can summon the flying monkeys. But other than that, I'm not super excited for her. Black Adam, I'll go into why I'm not super excited for him once I get to a different character that is on my list, but he's just not a super interesting character to me. His moveset potential, while is good, I'm just not super excited for it. Black Adam essentially is kind of like Electric Superman to me. I'm not super excited about him, but I think he could be cool in the game. Scooby Doo, iconic character, and one of my favorite characters growing up, but I'm not super excited for him in the game. I don't know what his moveset potential is. I don't really know what he would do in the game. I mean, I could kind of guess, but in all reality, he's iconic, so I'm happy if he is in the game. I'm optimistic, but I'm not super excited for him compared to some of the other league characters. And the last honorable mentions I'm going to go over are the Brute and Ninja characters. If these characters represent Hulk and Naruto, they go up the list immediately. But the issue is I don't know if they really represent Hulk and Naruto. If they could get Hulk in this game, that'd be insane, and I'd be extremely excited. But as of right now, they're just Brute and Ninja, so I don't really know. I'm excited for the possibility of what they could be, but I'm not super excited for them if they're as of right now, because they're just Brute and Ninja. Alright, so we're going to get into my actual list, my top 12 list of characters that have been leaked that I'm most excited for. Number 12, which is my least excited for on the list, is Fred Flintstone. He's an iconic character, Yabba Dabba Doo. That'd be a great thing to hear in this game. I'm excited for the potential of having that character in the game. I don't really know what his moveset would be, other than caveman related stuff, but I still think he'd be a pretty cool character in the game and a pretty unique character compared to the others. So I'm excited to see him in the game if he does end up in the game. My number 11 is Raven. I loved Teen Titans growing up. I love Raven as a character. She is probably the Teen Titan that I would not have picked to represent the Teen Titans. I would have rather picked Starfire or Beast Boy. But she is a cool character. I do like her powers. Azarath Mentrion Synthos, if she says that in the game, that's really dope. And her powers are cool. It's just I don't really know. I can figure out what they would do with her moveset, but I am excited for her, but she's lower on the list just because I'm not super excited or as excited compared to other characters. Same with Emmett. I've never watched the Lego movies, but I've heard they're pretty good, and I probably should check them out. But I'm more excited with his moveset potential than him as a character. The Lego moveset potential is insane. Like, he could, like, literally just build things, and he'd be a pretty cool support character, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's what he would be. So, I'm excited to see what they could do with the Lego moveset, but I'm not super excited about the character itself. Number 9 is Samurai Jack. I am excited for Samurai Jack, even though I haven't seen the show that much. I've seen a couple episodes when I was a kid, but other than that, I have not watched Samurai Jack fully. I am excited for the character, though. I know he's an iconic character, and I think his moveset potential is very high, so I'm very excited for the character, even though I don't know a whole lot about him. Number 8 is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, I think, would be a really cool, zany character to have in the game. He could, like, bend the reality around him and summon ghosts or something like that. I think it'd be really cool to have, like, an underworld demonic character in the game that isn't, like, scary, but he's just, like, a ghost character. I think that'd be really fun to have. I think he'd be a really fun character, and I am excited to see what they could do with his moveset. He has a lot of potential. So, number 8 is Beetlejuice. Number 7 is Poison Ivy. The 7 and down are the ones I'm really, really excited for. Poison Ivy, especially if they use, like, lines and stuff from the show, and, like, mannerisms from the show. Harley Quinn. I think Poison Ivy would be great in this game. I love the potential of her moveset, her plant powers. I think she has a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to see what they do with Poison Ivy. Number 6 is Static Shock, and this is why I'm not as excited for Black Adam. I think having 2 electric characters in the game, while it's possible for them to be different, it just makes one of them less exciting for me, and I'm way more into Static Shock. I love the cartoon growing up. I love the characters, so I think Static Shock is gonna be really cool if they add him into the game, and I'm really excited to see Static Shock. Number 5 for me is the first guest character, and that's 11. I'm really excited for 11. I think I really love Stranger Things. It's one of my favorite shows, and I think she's a very iconic character, especially right now. So I'm excited for her in the game. I don't think her moveset would be super unique or anything. Like, she just have telekinesis and stuff. But, I think the character itself is really cool, and I think they could do something cool with her moveset. If I was them, I would have put the Demogorgon in before 11, just because the moveset potential is a lot better, and there are very few villains in this game. Maybe they will add the Demogorgon eventually, but, 11 is still a really cool character to have in the game, and I am excited to see her in the game. Of all fighting games, she would fit in this one the best, so it would be really cool to see her in the game, just as a character alone. Number 4, I have Gizmo / Stripe. I'm really excited to see Stripe in the game. Gizmo, I'm excited, but I'm not really sure how they're going to make that work. He's only a foot tall, and he barely fights within any of the movies. Maybe they could give him his little bow and arrow, but in all reality, I'm not really sure, what they could do with Gizmo. Stripe, no issues. Like, he'd just be a cool character. But Gizmo, I'm like, if they have him as a separate character, what is he gonna do? His hitbox is gonna be tiny. Like, what's he gonna do against Iron Giant? Like, how is he gonna combo Iron Giant if he's a foot tall? Like, and if they change the size too much, he's not Gizmo anymore. He's Big Gizmo. I like, I don't really understand what they're gonna do with him. I think maybe it'll be like an ice climber situation where he kind of follows Stripe around. But even then, with that, Stripe and Gizmo were enemies in the movie, so like, I guess they could bend the story a little bit to have it so that they're working together. I think that'd be pretty cool to have Gizmo following Stripe around. But in all reality, I'm really excited for Stripe, and I'm excited for Gizmo just to see what the heck they're gonna do with him. I don't like it confuses me. I want to know what they're gonna do with him. I'm very curious about this now. Number 3 is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I think it's just like clear like why I would be excited for Scorpion. He's an iconic fighting game character. I love Mortal Kombat. He's the icon of Mortal Kombat. He's the face of it. So Scorpion, I'm just really excited for him. I think he would bring a unique moveset. I think he'd be really cool having him yell, "Get over here," and like it would all be really cool. And I'm excited for Scorpion. Number 2 is Godzilla. I'm really excited to see Godzilla in the game. This is probably the only game he could possibly be in. So I'm super excited for Godzilla. I love Godzilla growing up, and I think he'd be really cool in this game. So I'm really excited for Godzilla. I really hope he gets in as a full character, because if I can use Godzilla to fight Iron Giant, that's just amazing. Like, I just want to breathe atomic breath all over Superman at this point. So, Godzilla, definitely my number 2. My number 1 lead character, though, is Ben 10. I grew up watching every episode of Ben 10 on repeat. I love Ben 10. Ben 10 is, like, one of my favorite superheroes of all time. And I love the franchise, and I think I have a good way of how to do his moveset. I think they could do it like this. So for Ben 10, what I think the best way to handle his moveset would be is to have it so that when you pick his character, you can pick between Young Ben and Ultimate Alien Force Ben. And then I think Omniverse Ben should be a skin for Ultimate Alien Force Ben. The reason why I don't think he should just be Omniverse Ben is because I feel like Omniverse Ben is the least iconic out of all the different versions of Ben. He's the least liked. So I think in terms of just representing the character, I think Young Ben and Ultimate Alien Force Ben represent the character the best. And then when you pick between Young Ben and Older Ben, Young Ben, so when you start the game, you start out as Heat Blast. And then if you hit triangle or your special move, it transforms you into a different alien, like on a cycle. So you start out as Heat Blast. If you hit triangle, you get Forearms, and then Diamond Head, then Cannon Bolt, and then Accelerate. So those are the 5 aliens you get to use as Young Ben. And then if you pick Alien Force Ultimate Alien Ben, you start out as Swamp Fire, and then if you hit the special move, it goes through to Humongosaur, Wrath, Big Chill, and Chromastone. I feel like, that would be the best options for older Alien Force Ben. So yeah, I think that would be probably the best way to make his moveset. it would be the most realistic while also being the truest to the character. And yeah, I don't really see how that could cause too many issues. I mean, you have 10 characters in one character, you know. I feel like that would make Ben pretty strong as a character, and but you also can only use 5 at a time. Like, you can't just switch between young and older Ben. Like, you pick one and then you go with it. So you essentially have 10 characters where you can only use 5 of them at a time, you know. And I think that would be pretty fun. I think that captures the appeal of Ben 10 while also being realistic and not being too overpowered. So yeah, there's that. And so yeah, that's my list. I'll go over it one more time. Number 12 is Fred Flintstone. 11 is Raven. 10 is Emmett. 9 is Samurai Jack. 8 is Beetlejuice. 7 is Poison Ivy. 6 is Static Shock. 5 is 11. 4 is Gizmo Stripe. 3 is Scorpion. 2 is Godzilla. And 1 is Ben 10. If you guys have your own lists of what lead characters you're most excited for, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought of my list and things I've talked about in the video. I'm down to talk about it. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day.